Okay. Now everyone write present. Those who have written applies to them as well. Somewhere not approving the recording. That's the reason it took time. Okay. Even Kedar, Sandra, Saujanya. I guess they have also written it twice. Huh. Then Sandra, write it once again. Okay. Uh, okay, as everyone, okay, right, everyone write it. Today I'll be doing fourth module. Yeah, Kedar, it is recorded. I want only Sandra to write because her is not recorded initially. Yeah, remaining from Swapnil onwards, it is recorded. Okay. So, I'll be doing fourth module today. Fourth module be it is very small in the in if you consider only the theory part of it. So mostly problems come from the fourth module. One or two important concepts are there which have been used for the solving of problems. So that concept can be asked for the theory, or you should know that concept to solve the problem. Okay, so one of each problem. So two or three types can be similar types can appear in exam for these types. So what I was thinking is I'll start with the problems in the next class. I'll do just a one problem of one type. Okay, just a kind of an introduction, and then later on I'll continue with fifth and sixth module. Then again I'll continue with the problems. Okay, so third module there is one type of problem which I'll be doing. Yeah. Give me 1 second. So for third module, there is one type of problem which I'll be doing in the next class in the next week. And fourth module, there I might do two problems. So well, it might take two lectures if I do like that. So maybe two lectures in the next week. I'll be doing only problems of third and fourth module. Fourth module, maybe I'll complete it today, or maybe few part will be remaining. I'll complete it tomorrow in the next week itself. So after completing the fourth module, I'll start with the one problem of third module and two problems of fourth module. Okay, then after that, I'll continue with fifth and sixth. Then after completing the sixth, I'll again start with the problems. I'll give more time to problems after that. Okay, so I, I'll just start. I'll just go through. Okay, today will be a small lecture, because I'm not feeling that well today. Okay, so अरे, कौन सा module? Okay. Okay, so fourth module in this uh, for the solving of problem we use the term amalgamation. Okay, whenever you will find a book or whenever you will find some numerical related to mergers acquisition, generally acquisition will not be used during the calculation. Mostly merger, purchase, or amalgamation, these three terminologies will be used when you are solving any problem. And accounting for amalgamation, how to do the accounting, that is when the acquired company is acquiring the target company and when the financials are getting merged. Okay, there will be one when basically the what do you say, the merger is happening, two companies are coming together. Okay, both the companies will work together. In that case, the financials, the P&L statement, the balance sheet will be one of both the companies. Now after that, they'll not be called as two companies; they'll be called as one single entity. The other entity will lose its existence. Okay, So that's the reason how the accounting will happen, how the balance sheet of that company will be merged into balance sheet of the acquiring company. Okay, and how everything you have to do in this, you have to do from journal entries. What will be the changes of the acquired company, of the target company? What will be the journal entries, and what will be the changes in the balance sheet? Okay, a pretty big problem, but there is a particular format for it. So if you can study the format, it will be very simple. Only a few changes here and there will be there. So basically one type of problem will be there from this, but there will be few changes in if because consideration will be different, or because it will be a merger or it will be a purchase. It will be used by purchase method or pooling of interest method, so that can be done. Okay, just the brief introduction about what these terminologies mean. Then using the this methods, lump sum method, net asset method, net payment method, intrinsic method, using these only consideration, the initial part of the sum will be changing, and then we'll continue with that same format. Okay, so you will understand when we go with the sums. So in this you have accounting for amalgamation. Uh, in this we are going to study only two types: how is a merger and what is a purchase. Okay, which transaction or which kind of an amalgamation is called as a merger, or which kind of an amalgamation is called as a purchase. Okay, it can be a horizontal, vertical, conglomerate purchase, circular purchase, backward integration, forward integration. It can be acquisition, it can be a takeover, but whatever it is, based on some criteria, it can be called as a merger for calculation purpose, or it can be called as a purchase just for calculation purpose. And for the methods, what are the methods of accounting? We have two methods. Okay, and only these two are used in industry as well: pooling of interest method and purchase method. Okay, and consideration is the amount or the shares which has been given by the acquired company to the target company. Okay, the target company is giving the target company is giving sorry, the acquiring company is giving some benefits to the target company, whether in the form of cash to buy the company, or whether in the form of shares of the acquiring company to buy the target company, to the shareholders of the target company. So basically क्या करते हैं, lump sum method. In this lump sum method में one at a time. Okay, sorry. In lump sum method, at a time, one time payment will be there. That is, suppose you are buying something. Okay, yeah, second. Okay, ठीक है. In lump sum method, when you are buying something in one go. Okay, yeah. If the price of the company is maybe 350 crores, so 350 crores you are paying at a single time in cash, then you are buying the company. Or net asset method, you are calculating the asset. Net payment method, you are calculating in what form the payment will be done, in the form of shares, in the form of combination of shares and cash, whatever. Then the intrinsic method, you will calculate you will calculate. Okay, we'll do this in detail for the slides. Okay, so accounting for amalgamation is accounting standard 14 deals with the accounting for amalgamation. So you have accounting standards, right? So 14 will be dealing with the accounting for amalgamation, and it is applicable when the acquired company is dissolved and has ceased to exist as separate entity, and the purchasing company continues with the business of the acquired company. Okay, acquired company is acquired company is also called as the target company. Okay, which is getting acquired. Okay, there is acquirer and the target. Okay, target company is getting acquired by the acquirer company. So the company which has been already acquired, okay, which was the target company initially, ये target था, target को achieve कर लिया. Now I have achieved and acquired the target company. So whenever I'm telling acquired company, it was initially a target company. Okay, it has been acquired by the acquirer. So in this case, when the acquired company is dissolved and has ceased to exist as a separate entity, that means it will no longer be a legal entity, separate legal entity. It will be a subsidy of the acquirer, or the it will totally get merged. It will lose its existence. Okay? In the case of Flipkart now, Flipkart has an entity, but it is under the ownership of Walmart. Okay, like Cadbury also has an entity, but it is under the ownership of Mondelez, and even this Mindtree also has an entity, but it is under the ownership of L&T. It is no longer a separate entity. Okay, and the purchasing company continues with the business of the acquired company. Okay, so whichever company has purchased, okay, the acquirer company है, that is the purchasing company. So acquirer company which has purchased the other company will continue the business of the acquired company. Okay, so suppose A is one company, okay, B is another company. Okay, A is the bigger company, which is the acquirer, B is the target company. Okay, A is acquiring B, A is going to B, and it is acquiring B. After the acquisition, this is the acquired company. Okay, this is the purchasing company. So its business, B's business, will cease to exist. Okay, iska existence will it will lose its existence, and uh, B will be called under the ownership of A. Okay, B can be a subsidy of A, or it can totally be under A. So A plus B, after this, only A will remain, or A along with its small subsidiary will remain. Okay, it's up to A what they want to do with B, because it is now their division. Okay, their company, their division, they are the owners, so they can make it as a separate sorry, the subsidy, or they can combine totally with A. It's their choice. So but the separate entity of B will cease to exist. They are owners. A will be the owners, and A will continue the business. Okay, the company A will continue the business of B as per their wish, as per their what do you say, their choice. Okay, so this is how amalgamation will be there. In this, there are two things. Whether we can call it before that, whether we can call it as a merger, like whether we can call it as a merger, or whether we can call it as a purchase. So basically, amalgamation, 3 marks answer. And amalgamation is the combination of two or more companies into a new entity. You have studied this in first module. Okay, amalgamation, two or more companies into new entity. Okay, then transferor company and transferee company. Okay, for the calculation purpose, this will be used. Target and acquired company will not be used. Generally, doesn't get used. In the theory part, these are the terminologies which you should know: target and acquirer. But in the calculation, in the numericals, you should be aware of transferor and transferee. It is like lessor and lessee. Okay, you can consider that. Lessor is the person who has given the machine for lease, and lessee is the entity who has taken the machine on lease. The same way, transferor company has sold the company, okay, to the so acquirer company. Okay, transferor has transferred the company, has transferred the ownership to the transferee company. Okay, transferee company has bought the company, has bought the ownership of the company. So our acquirer company, okay, in the case of L&T and Mindtree, L&T is the acquirer company, L&T is the transferee company who is taking, who is taking who is taking the ownership from Mindtree, from target company. Is taking ownership from the target company or the transferor company. Okay, you can imagine big or small. Transferee company will be a bigger company, RA, and transferor company will be a smaller company, B. ठीक है, so ये ट्रांसफर है, ये ट्रांसफरर है, and ये acquirer है. So A is transferring its ownership, is transferring our ownership of ownership to B, is transferring the ownership to A. Sorry. Okay. Then amalgamation can be in two ways, a merger or in the ways of purchase. Okay. Okay. Uh, yeah. Now, when we can call it as a merger or when we can call it as a purchase. Okay. So that we'll determine, and then I'll just give a background of the consideration. Okay. So better the details of the consideration we'll do it in the next class. Okay. And then start with the problem. Okay. So इसमें सिर्फ इतना ही करते हैं आज. Conditions to be satisfied to call a particular amalgamation a merger. When it is a merger, कब merger बोल सकते हैं? When all the assets and liabilities of the transferor company becomes the assets and liabilities of the transferee company. Okay. Transferor कौन है? Who is transferring our company? So who is transferring the ownership right? The target company is transferring the ownership right. To whom? To the acquirer. Okay. To the purchaser. So all the assets and liabilities of the target company or the transferor company becomes the assets and liabilities of the transferee company. Okay, whatever the assets and liabilities are there in the balance sheet of the target company will straight away be transferred to the acquirer. Okay, and 90% of the shareholders of the transferor company become the shareholders of the transferee company. Okay, now the shareholders of the transferor company, the target company के जो shareholders है, the shareholders of Mindtree now will be called as the shareholders of L&T company. Okay, or a subsidiary of that. So L&T company can offer more shares to Mindtree or equal amount of shares or less amount of shares as per the share exchange ratio, which you have an idea from the third module. Okay. For every one share of Mindtree, they'll get every one share of L&T, or every two shares of Mindtree, they'll get one share of L&T, or every half share of Mindtree, they'll get one share of L&T. However, the exchange ratio is the 90% of the shareholders will become the shareholders of the transferee company. At least 90%. Mostly 100% ही हो जाता है. But for this to called as the merger, 90% of the shareholders should become the shareholders of the main owners. Okay, only then we can call it the process as the merger. Okay, then next one, equity shareholders of the transferee company, transferor company, are discharged by the equity shareholders of the transferee company. Okay, so the equity shareholders of the transferor of the target company will be discharged. They will no longer be the equity shareholders of those companies. Okay, how they will be discharged? By the equity shareholders of the transferring company जो खरीद रहा है, ठीक है, they will discharge the equity shareholders of the transfer company. Fine. Then the next one, the business of the transferor company. The business is intended to be carry on after amalgamation by the transferee company. Okay, the business of Mindtree will be carried out by the L&T company. Okay, Mindtree cannot independently carry out its own business. The business of Mindtree will be carried out by L&T. Okay, as L&T has acquired Mindtree. Okay, so L&T has rights, ownership rights over Mindtree. Mindtree cannot take its own decision. They will have a board of directors. They will have their employees. They'll have their managers, everyone. But to take any major decisions or to take any process change or to launching a new product or getting some contract done with the party, any major thing which will be there, they should take confirmation from L&T, or the L&T will be directing them how to work. Okay, so L&T will only be in the control of Mindtree. Mindtree cannot take any decision on its own. Okay, so that's the reason it is saying the business of the transferor company. Okay, the target company का जो भी business है, that business after amalgamation will be carried out by the acquirer or the transferor company. Okay, next is no adjustment is intended to be made to the book value of the assets and liabilities of the transferor company. ठीक है, whatever the book value of assets and liabilities है, there will be no adjustments made. ठीक है, the target company है और transferor company है, whatever the book, the balance sheet, the assets, the liabilities of the Mindtree, there will be no adjustments made. Okay, by the L&T company, by the Mindtree company also. There will be no adjustments made. It will be valued as per the book value or the fair market value. It depends, but there will be no adjustments made after the merger. And finally, last one, if any one of the condition is not satisfied, then it would be an amalgamation by the nature of purchase. That means if any of the above five, okay, पूरे पीछे के भी, these three and these two conditions, if anything above is not satisfied, then it will be called as the purchase decision. Okay, not as the merger. Okay, suppose the business is carried out by the independently by the transferor and the by the transferee. दोनों independently काम कर रहे हैं. Okay, Walmart has acquired Flipkart, but Flipkart is running on its own. It is not taking any guidance from Walmart. Then it will be kind of a purchase. मैंने खरीद लिया है, I'm just have purchased the company and it is running on its own. I have left the company to run on its own. I am not getting into the details of the company. I have bought the all the. I'm more than the 51% of the shareholder of that company. I am the owner of that company, but I have left the company how they were working initially. They can work, ठीक है उनके हिसाब से, and it will be a separate legal entity. Okay, in the case of purchase, if in the case of merger, together the company will be under its subsidy or they will come under the acquirer company. If it is a purchase, target company will the shareholder majority shareholders of the target company will be the acquirer company, but the target company will can work on its own. Only they'll be giving profits or whatever the deal is. So they have purchased it. Okay, you can imagine I am purchasing a car and I am giving it to someone to use it. Okay, maybe a taxi. As a taxi, I'm purchasing a car and I'm giving the taxi to work. जैसे काम करने करो. Okay, then that is a kind of a purchase. But if I'm monitoring for every trip, every route, I'm monitoring the car, then it will be a kind of a merger. I'm monitoring whatever is happening with my car, where it is going, how much it is going, where it is now. Exactly. When I'm monitoring, I'm doing the major decisions, how much diesel to be filled, how often the car should go. Everything. If I'm controlling the car, then it is kind of a merger. Okay, then if I'm buying the car and I'm giving it just to some driver and he's working on its own, but the ownership of car is with me, but he's taking his decisions, filling his diesel and whichever passenger he wants, wherever he wants to go, whatever he's doing with that, I don't bother. I'm just taking the profit out of it. Maybe. Then that can be a purchase. It can be called as a purchase. So same way applies for the companies as well. ठीक है. So for the numerical perspective, you don't have to go into much detail of this. Okay, it will be given in the question, it is a merger or a purchase, or even if it is not given, then there will be no major difference in the calculation in the format mein there will be no difference at all. Slight before the format there will be a slight, might be a slight difference. Okay, so there are again two types in which the accounting will be done. First is a pooling of interest method. Okay, in this, what is pooling of interest method is the balance sheet of both the companies. That is transferor company hai and transferee company hai. Okay, transferor, target company, transferee, acquiring company. Okay, would be combined at book value without revaluing the assets or creation of goodwill and liabilities. Okay, so basically in pooling of interest method, I'll take a balance sheet of both the companies, I'll overlap them, I'll combine them. That is fixed assets of target company is 20 lakhs. Fixed assets of transferee company is 50 lakhs. So 20 lakhs plus 50 lakhs, 70 lakhs. Straight away, I'll just add everything, every assets, every liabilities. Okay, whichever is matching, or I'll just add it into a new balance sheet. Okay, so A plus B. Okay, A is the acquirer, B is the target company. So A plus B, I'll simply do the adding of the balance sheets without revaluing anything or creation of goodwill or liability. कुछ भी extra कुछ भी नहीं. Same way as जैसा book में है, as per the book value of the assets and liabilities, I'll just merge them. Okay, and along with that, the profit and loss account, like the profit and loss account of both the companies would be added or else would be transferred to general reserve account. Okay, same. It will be again added together. P&L statement B, as we have done for the balance sheet. P&L statement B will be added, and or it would be transferred to the general reserve account. Whatever the profits or losses are there, whatever the money is there over there, net profit, gross profit, जो भी है, it will transfer to the general reserve account in the liability section of balance sheet. Okay, whichever is getting extra. Yeah, this is pooling of interest. Purchase method में क्या है? Purchase method only deals with the net asset value. Asset कितना है? Okay, the total assets minus the liabilities. What is the net? Which are the assets we should consider? Which are the liabilities we should not consider, or which should consider? So कौन से assets consider करना है, कौन सा नहीं करना है? Liabilities also which we need to consider. We will not consider. This can explain here. The assets and liabilities may be valued at their book value or their fair market value. Okay. First of all, there will be valuation done of all the assets and liabilities. In the previous one, pooling of interest method, there will be no valuation done. Okay. New valuation will not be done, and no goodwill will be created, no liabilities will be created. In this purchase method, they will be valued. Assets and liabilities will be valued at their book value or their fair market value. Some will be of book value, some will be taken from the fair market value. Then afterwards, if the purchase price paid is more than the net asset value, okay, suppose net asset value, okay, Flipkart and Walmart, when Walmart was considering, suppose Walmart is doing a purchase method of Flipkart, then they must have valued the assets of the Flipkart, the liabilities of the Flipkart, and they have revalued at maybe some at book value, some at fair market value. And afterwards, they must have found out that the value of the assets and liabilities of Flipkart is maybe $10 billion. ठीक है, $10 billion का assets net asset value है फ्लिपकार्ट का. If then $10 billion is the net asset value and Flipkart has been paid $16 billion, ठीक है, by Walmart for the purchase, then in that case they have then the extra amount which they have paid $6 billion, $10 billion का net asset value था, $16 billion का they have purchased it. So in that case $6 billion will be considered as the goodwill of the company. It will be accounted as the goodwill of Flipkart. Okay, and if the price is less, then it accounted as the capital reserves. मतलब discount में दे दिया. If the net asset value is $10 billion and Walmart purchased Flipkart in $8 billion, then in that case $2 billion will be accounted as a discount and it will be accounted as capital reserves. ठीक है, so this is what will be done. So technically now, how much is the price of Flipkart? It was purchased actually by $16 billion by Walmart. So if anything, if the net asset value is $16 billion, anything more than $16 billion will be a goodwill. Anything less than $16 billion will be a capital reserve. Okay, after the calculation of net asset value. So yeah, this was there. Okay, then finally consideration. Yeah, let's go through. Consideration is the price paid for amalgamation of another company. Okay, whatever the target company will receive. Yeah, Flipkart was receiving $16 billion. So $16 billion is called as the consideration. That consideration can be in the form of in the form of that consideration can be in the form of issue of securities. That means the owners of the Flipkart will become the owners of Walmart. Okay, the shareholders of Flipkart will become the shareholders of the Walmart, or they can get $16 billion in the form of cash or any other benefits, any other assets. Okay, now Mindtree or either L&T. So L&T can issue what is it? shares to the shareholders of the Mindtree in exchange of their shares, and the shareholders of Mindtree later on will become the shareholders of L&T also. Okay, when this happened, L&T Cement was there. Okay, L&T Cement was one of the division of L&T. Then later on, Aditya Birla Group purchased that cement division of L&T. L&T did a sell off, it will be called. We'll do it in the sixth module in detail. L&T sold off their division to uh, Aditya Birla Group. And Aditya Birla Group, after buying that division from L&T Cement, they renamed it as Ultratech Cement. Okay, and then whoever were the shareholders of L&T Cement automatically became the shareholders of uh, Ultratech Cement. मतलब सिर्फ नाम चेंज हो गया. They became the shareholders of Ultratech Cement, and along with that they became the shareholders of Aditya Birla Group also. So by holding shares of L&T Cement, after the merger, after the sell-off happened, after that process happened, corporate restructuring, they became the shareholders of two companies. One company was their original L&T Cement, which the name changed to Ultratech Cement, and another company was the parent company of Aditya Birla Group. So they became the shareholders of two companies. Okay, so this can be done, or else Ultratech Cement will totally be incorporated into Aditya Birla Group, and they can become the shareholders only of Aditya Birla Group. Okay, they'll no longer be shareholders of L&T Cement. L&T Cement in A, so they'll be becoming the shareholders of Aditya Birla Group. This can be done, or Aditya Birla Group may offer them what do you say, cash, and buy shares from them. So they'll what do you say, they'll tear off the shares. They are anyways not interested, but they don't want any kind of ownership in Ultratech Cement. If that is the case, then they'll pay buy all the shares from the shareholders, and they'll let go them. ठीक है, अभी तुम लोग जाओ. Okay, you are no longer the shareholders of these companies. They can just do that because they have 51% of shareholding. They can even delist the companies from the stock market. Generally company doesn't do that, delisting. Okay, but they can do that because they are the owners now. So that can be done. So consideration, when I'm talking about a consideration is, you studied in legal as well. Consideration is any exchange between the two parties where both the parties are getting benefit. So in this case, consideration is any price paid to the shareholders of the target company. That's it. Okay, and consideration is of two types. Okay, oh sorry, four types. Uh, this four types will do it in the next class. I'll just go through it. The lump sum method क्या है? Lump sum method में one time payment will be there while purchasing. So in lump sum method, it will be generally a cash transaction. Okay, what is your price? What is your price of the company? Okay, 10 crores or 100 crores. I'll pay 100 crores. Give me the company. Simple purchase. Okay. And then net asset method, it will be a kind of a calculation of the assets. Okay. Calculation of the assets, revaluation of the assets, then calculation of liabilities, and then the net asset, what is calculated. And net payment method, and this sum of all the payments will be made, in the form of shares, in form of securities, in form of cash. क्या क्या payment है, whatever payment the acquirer company has paid to acquire the shares of the target company, that payment will be calculated, and how much is the net payment made, okay, to the shareholders, to the debenture holders, to the preference shareholders, to the equity shareholders, to the creditors of the target company. Everything will be calculated, and that is the value of consideration. And finally, intrinsic method, in this what we'll calculate the intrinsic value of the shares. Okay, what is the exchange ratio, and what is the value of the shares of both the companies. Okay, this I'll do it in the next class, and I'll start with the problem of third module. Yeah, third module of the exchange ratio. इतना करते हैं. Okay, ठीक है then. So inform your other classmates also to attend the next class. एक simple problem will do for the share exchange ratio. Okay, so that's it. That's it for today. ठीक है. So attend the next class. Okay, everything. So any doubts? I'll share the fourth module today. Okay. ठीक है then. We'll log off. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.